The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown.
Parsons has sacked it. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Youmans.
Go! Go! Dallas Cowboys!
It's a Victory Monday here on Talkin Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys get it done in front of the NFL world. Sunday Night Football. Tampa Bay enters with a 4-game winning streak. They would knock off win after win for an entire month. Will they leave the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with a big fat L for the holidays? The Dallas Cowboys give it to them 26-24, the final from AT&T Stadium. Welcome in to Talkin Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company. We've got Josh Rodriguez, Tommy Yarrish, Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Youmans. Glad you're with us.
I almost forgot how to do that dance.
What was that? The Victory Dance?
Victory Monday dance.
Yeah, you haven't been around for any Victory Mondays, really. Either you're hanging out at Good Morning Football or
I'm just waiting for them to get the victories.
This team hasn't won.
They're here.
They're here.
They're here.
I'd like to speak with somebody today.
Uh-oh.
I got a request.
Uh-oh.
Coy Isaiah.
Coy.
Where you at today?
Oh. Well, he's in there, but he's kind of docile today.
So what happened with Mike Evans, buddy?
Mike Evans got shut down.
He kind of did, didn't
I
he?
didn't say shut down, but
he kind of did. He said he was going to go for 170.
5 for 69, I'll take that.
I'll take that all day long.
Yeah.
He said he was going to go for 170. That's all right.
You got them up against the ropes.
You didn't give us a chance. That's all right.
How many
You're
touchdowns did he have?
You're right.
He had at least 2 touchdowns. Though,
Yeah.
right?
Cooper Rush was throwing bombs out there. Not really, but he was doing all right.
He threw for a 108 passer rating. I'll take that.
His first half was impressive, man.
Yeah, he was really good in the first half.
They played a good game, man.
I thought that was the best called game by Mike. By Mike McCarthy.
Hands down. Mike McCarthy, Schottenheimer
was fantastic.
First half for sure, especially when you couldn't get the run game going at all.
Yeah, they were good in the run game.
We're not doing the Rico
defense.
dance today, baby.
No.
Shoddy
13 for
and
23.
McCarthy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, those do deserve a lot of credit for last night. I think when you look at this win in its totality, of course, what it does at the end of the day, and I know there are a lot of fans out there that are clamoring because I see you in my mentions for the draft show. There's a playoff scenario no longer for the Cowboys. Washington eliminates that with their win over the Philadelphia Eagles earlier in the day. Yes, this win took you from pick number 11 to pick number 15. That's where you're at in terms of the win. If you would have lost, you would have been at 11 right now. If you win, you're at 15. Who cares? I thought that was the most impressive win, in my opinion, the most impressive win that the Cowboys have had all year long, because you just got eliminated from playoff contention and you went out there and you said, I'm going to go hit somebody.
Yeah.
And they did over and over and over again, to the point where, Tampa Bay, who was leading their division coming in, who had a 4-game winning streak, came in. You beat their ass in the first half. You really did. You kicked their ass in the first half. Now, Tampa Bay got back after it.
Absolutely.
They were going to rebound.
You only scored 3 points in the second half.
I'll get my $1. I'll give her my.
You
I
said
got
it multiple
$2.
times. Yeah, you said it multiple times.
$2 to Sky. But that's where I'm impressed. Is even when they made their charge too, you made the plays necessary to get it done.
Yeah, and when you think about the playoff whole scenario, these guys had about 3 hours to marinate on that before kickoff. So that's something where you can just be like, man, and you can come in dejected. But I'll say this: these players play hard for Mike McCarthy. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
I don't know where this franchise decides to go from here. But after last night, I'm leaning towards Mike McCarthy as your head coach in 2025, just because you look at how these players respond and want to come to bat for him. I think that's incredibly impressive, and that speaks a lot to what he can do as your head coach. Now, granted, you have to do a lot more than get your guys to go for you, right? You have to do a lot more as a head coach to have that success. But, these guys rally around Mike McCarthy. They give him everything they've got, every snap, even when you could say there's nothing to play for. Obviously, there's still certain things that you want to play for. A lot of guys are on contract years, but that was the most telling part to me last night, is these guys going to bat for Mike McCarthy.
I tend to agree, but you still have 2 games. You still have some time for things to go sour. You really do, for these players to quit. But obviously, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. No. You saw last night, you saw a team that was rallying behind a purpose, and that purpose was to go out there and hit somebody. An impressive feat by the defense to hold Baker Mayfield to what they held him to, and not only that, but to just out physical the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You saw that time and time and time again, even though you were mismatched all across the board. Bucky Irving, I don't know why they don't keep running the ball with him. Yeah, that was really surprising to me that they leaned away from the run for a while there, and
teams do that against Dallas.
I don't understand it, because we weren't stopping Bucky Irvin by any means. I mean, that was rough to see. He was not getting tackled. However, Dallas galvanized, rallied behind each other, and it was really impressive. Like you said, Kyle, one of the best performances by the defense this year, and the first half from the offense as well.
Yeah, you got production in all 3 phases of the game. I think you got some surprise play by players that you didn't expect. You got Nick Vigil, had a heck of a game.
He was
in my
all
opinion. I went back and watched.
With Eric Hendricks being out, man, he really played.
He stepped up in a major way.
And Maris Leofau too.
Yeah, Maris Leofau did
both those
good.
guys played well.
But Nick Vigil, Mr. Don't Practice, showed up and acted like he practiced all week long.
Never let him practice.
Practice?
I know.
So that was surprising to me. Cooper Rush, his play was surprising to me. I think he made some solid throws, or some throws that I think he definitely could have had that were better. But overall, he made the throws that were necessary to put these guys in position. You talk about this defense. The complementary aspect of this game, where the offense gets up ahead by 2 scores, and then the defense can do whatever the heck they want to do. That was major.
Yeah.
That was major. You talk about Mike Evans and the ineffectiveness of Mike Evans in comparison to what he's done in the past. This Baker Mayfield could not sit back there and throw the ball. There were times where you're like, dang, we need more pressure. But then once you got towards that second half, it was like, bro, he's running for his life.
He really was.
He's like, Mom! He's just running away. It just felt like that the whole time. His hair was on fire. And these guys it didn't matter where the pressure was coming from. And I just love the fact that these guys are running around and hidden, playing fast, having fun.
And to your point, he's getting pressured, and it wasn't just Micah. That wasn't just Micah. You have guys like Chauncey Golston. You have guys like Carl Lawson that are giving the Tampa Bay Bucs problems all game long. Impressive to see, man. Like, who'd have thunk at this point in the season you're going to be excited to see a Carl Lawson and excited to see a Chauncey Golston play their hearts out, man. Like that, just wow.
We asked Chauncey. We asked Chauncey after the game. He joined us on Cowboys Game Night, but
on DallasCowboys.com.
On DallasCowboys.com, you can go back and watch it. I'll clip it, but you can go back and watch it.
Watch the whole thing.
Watch the whole thing. So Chauncey, I asked him. I was like, "Is this? Have y'all shown? Now you've got 28 sacks since Week 10. 28. That's by far most in the NFL. Is this the deepest defensive line in football, showing the depth? Because you don't have DeMarcus Lawrence, you don't have Sam Williams, you don't have Marshawn Nealon for much of that time as well. Where does this defense rank in terms of depth? And he said it's the best defensive line in perseverance. He's like, it's the most persevering defensive line. I thought that was a perfect word for it, because it's Carl Lawson, it's Chauncey Golston, but these guys have been given the opportunity, and they're vets in the league. Carl Lawson, though he's only been in Dallas for a year, has been around for a couple years. Chauncey Golston's been here since 2021. He was a 3rd-round pick, kind of bounced back and forth with the last regime, inside, outside, but now he's got some versatility to rush the passer from the interior and then work back outside as well. So I really enjoyed what I saw from the defensive line again, and I thought that was a perfect word, persevering defensive line from Chauncey Golston.
Carl Lawson had a rep yesterday where he put Tristan Wirfs on his behind. Dude did not. That's an all-pro left tackle, one of the best in the football, and he was on his behind in half a second.
Demolished.
I went back in my chair where I was like, whoa. Like you just don't see that often, but Carl Lawson's built like a Tonka truck, so it doesn't necessarily surprise me. I mean, you talk about the last guy you want to see in an alley, but I mean I think his play this year has been so impressive, and it's been huge for this Dallas pass rush. And it goes under the radar with guys like Micah having big days, and guys like Chauncey Golston, like you mentioned, Osa having big days. He's been phenomenal this season.
I mean, talk about a guy in Carl Lawson that was signed in the preseason and had to be signed back to the practice squad.
Yeah.
I think was he cut and then signed in the practice squad?
Yeah.
Goodness, what
Second
a
on the
turnaround!
team in sacks.
What a turnaround for that.
Persevering?
Man. Yeah, persevering.
Some would say.
Interesting word.
Good job, Chauncey.
You love to see it.
I put together a list, just a couple names, and by a couple, that's tongue in cheek. These are the Cowboys that have missed at least 2 games, not just this year, but while the Cowboys have won 4 of 5 games. So since week 12. Okay. These are the guys that have missed at least 2 games: Dak Prescott, Jake Ferguson, John Stevens Jr. I'm going all the way back, by the way. Guys that would have made an impact: John Stevens Jr., Zach Martin, Awesome Richards, DeMarcus Lawrence, Sam Williams, DeMarvion Overshown, Trayvon Diggs, Kalen Carson, Josh Butler, Amani Owawarie, and Marquise Bell. 13. And yet they're still 4-1 over the last 5 weeks without all of those names for at least 2 games out of that stretch. They've scored 27 points per game. They've allowed only 22 points per game, and they're +8 in the turnover margin. If there's any reason to have credit to Mike McCarthy, to this coaching staff, to everyone that's in that locker room that puts on a jersey as well, that's the reason. 4-1. I don't care if you're playing the local high school teams that just won a state championship. Congratulations to North Crowley out of Fort Worth ISD, by the way, baby. Gunther ISD, Salina. I don't care if you're playing them as the Dallas Cowboys. That's impressive. And I think they've played for Mike McCarthy. They've played for this coaching staff, and you've shown that over these last 5 weeks, you're doing your job the right way.
And Chauncey said it last night. Guys like me, we're playing for the next opportunity, whether it's here or whether it's somewhere else.
I feel like somebody said that.
I don't know. Whether they heard that. Cowboys.
He literally said the exact phrase that Isaiah, I think, has hit on this show 400 times. You're playing for the name on the back of your jersey. You're playing for your next contract, whether it's here or elsewhere.
Right.
And I looked at Isaiah, and Isaiah's just like, all right, sounds good.
So you're talking from a guy that might know a thing or two about a thing or
Just
two.
a former player, that's all. Who's playing on contract every year. I mean, that's the reality. These guys they're having fun.
Yeah.
Football is fun right now for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, obviously the postseason is out the window, but
But it's no pressure at this point.
no pressure. And then we said
Nothing
that on the
to
pregame
lose.
show yesterday. It's like, okay, now you get to play Grinch.
House money.
Your last 3 games, you get to play Grinch. You went out there, you just stole Christmas from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You did
Life
exactly that.
Sucks for them.
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
pissed.
They are not happy, right? The Atlanta Falcons won and they lost, right? That's a bad combination for them in the position that they're in. They have one more win than you do right now, and you're out the playoffs. So that lets you know where they're at. And then you get to play the Eagles. Oh, man. You want to talk about disrupting some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. The last 2 teams that you play, like they're literally jockeying for the same position. Yeah. Go take that from both of them. Take that. Okay? From both. Sorry, it's too early. But go take that from both of them. You get to be that guy. And then you go on about your offseason.
Yeah.
But you have 2 games left to go out there and be the disruptors of the NFL.
And if you win on a winning record, there's something to build on. 100%.
Dude, if you're 9-8 in this season,
Insane.
That would be unbelievable.
I don't know if there's a better coaching job that you could have.
No.
I completely agree.
And I think everyone would be behind McCarthy in that moment.
100%.
I really do.
They should
Like
be.
I said, I think
It's already there to a certain
if the
extent.
next 2 games go really badly,
It's a conversation.
it's a conversation.
You could get beat like you did against New Orleans, like you did against Baltimore. Things weren't great at the beginning of the year. If you end with a couple of those, I agree. You're
But-
going to have some conversations.
Even if they lose, if you play the way this team has played consistently over the past 5 weeks, I don't know how you say no to McCarthy. I really don't.
Yeah. It's tough.
agree.
It's tough. And there's going to be tough conversations along the way. These are 2 good teams. Of course, like you said, they're leading the division for a reason. But even in that 4-1 record over the last 5 games, you're 1 play away from being 5-0 and controlling your own destiny inside the NFC playoff picture. That one
Which is
blunder
why
on
that-
special teams. That's why that hurt so bad.
Exactly.
But you're 1 play away from being a playoff team with this roster, with this team. That's unbelievable. It really is. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, I want to talk about the defensive growth. We continue to see it yesterday, the way they took care of business. And then CeeDee Lamb fighting through an AC joint injury as well. I mean, that's not easy to do.
Painful.
You can see him do it throughout the game. Returned to the game, almost had a physical touchdown as well right after he was listed as questionable. We'll tell that story when we come back on the other side of the break. More Talking Cowboys right after this.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, this portion of the show is brought to you by Quaker Oats, the official oatmeal sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Quaker Oats, trusted since 1877.
Got mine's in.
You did?
Did you order yours?
On the internet.
That's right.
Using the Quaker code in the corner.
Bang.
Boom.
Yesterday, Isaiah and I are sitting in the press box, and Patrick walks up, and he goes, "Guess what?"
Oh, yes.
We're like, "What, Pat? What's going on?" He's like, "Somebody just tweeted at me." We're like, "Wow, shocker, Patrick. Somebody tweeted at you. Wild." He was like, No, it's a good thing. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." He was like, "Looks like the Cowboys had their oats this morning," and then tagged just Patrick. I was like, "You got to tag Isaiah. You got to tag Josh.
everybody.
You got to tag Tommy. You got to tag me."
You know who had his oats yesterday?
Everybody. Who's that?
Donovan Wilson.
Ooh, physical.
Jesus, dude.
He had an extra bowl of oats.
You know what it was?
Aggie on Aggie crime.
You know what it was?
What was it?
He's playing where he's comfortable playing.
Ooh,
Playing
tell us about it.
downhill?
Tell us about it.
I swear somewhere along the way,
I think we mentioned that.
we might have mentioned that Donovan Wilson is a strong safety. And strong safeties usually spend their time in the box.
Downhill.
And downhill guy, he doesn't want to cover. He wants to hit. He covers by hitting. That's how he covers.
Did he hit somebody yesterday?
He destroyed. I don't even know how to say it. Decapito. He destroyed Mike.
Decapito.
All in the chest.
That was
Legal hit.
That was nasty.
Legal. You can see them. You can see the vibrations
Like
going through
somebody
his chest.
just
Yeah. You know those hits where it's just like all the energy got transferred through his body?
Yeah.
Like it didn't skip a beat. He just
Maris had one of those too.
Yes, he did.
Maris had one of those.
Legal hit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Legal hits all the way
legal
around.
hits.
Oh man, that was so nice to see.
Good stuff.
The crack off of that one.
I love seeing Donald be in his element, though. You know, the
of course.
first half, first really 3 quarters of the season, they were playing him out of his element. You know, we talked about how effective he was in the Dan Quinn system, and now seemingly the Mike Zim system understands. Let's stop making this guy backpedal. It's not his thing.
Yeah,
backpedaling and covering is not his thing.
Maybe send him forward.
Send him forward and let him be a heat-seeking missile. Okay, just fight. Boom. That's what he does.
A hunter killer.
That's right. All 117 pounds of him just running through your chest.
Yeah.
That's what he does. That's why he got the extension here, because he separates man from ball. And now he's able to do that because of where they're positioning him at on the field, and I love it.
You didn't hear from Mike Evans after that hit either. You really didn't. I think he had like 1 or 2 catches after that. But
you can't talk after that.
Nah, he didn't do anything.
You can't talk after that.
You could see on the slow-mo as he went back to the sideline, like you could see him just put his head down. He's like, I got best.
Bro, he tried to get up. He tried to get up and immediately walking. He couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
He had to take a second. They were like, come on, Mike. He's like, just give me a second.
He's walking back to the huddle like
Give me 1 second, guys.
like the Peanuts, like Snoopy, like do. Like
I'm saying there's some hits that just like, okay, that was a good hit. But then there's hits where you literally see that all the energy got transferred through that man's soul. And he felt every bit of that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about guys kind of settling into Mike Zimmer's system, I think that really just goes across the board. I mean, we've talked about how these guys are playing for Mike McCarthy and they're playing hard. Man, Mike Zimmer, you got to give the guy credit.
He was in his bag yesterday.
He's been in his bag for several weeks in a row now.
That's true.
I mean, it's so much.
And I wasn't a believer. I was not a believer, but it's coming together.
I mean, with the sample size you got at the front half of the season, I don't see why you would be.
I don't know how you could after the Baltimore game, after the Saints game. You're like, oh, this is the worst defense.
I don't see how you would be. I think that, you talk about impressive working with the personnel. I mean, when you rattled off those 13 names earlier, a lot of it is on the defensive side of the ball. And, you lose some of your best pass rushers for a majority of the season, and you would have never guessed. So I think the time period from Micah Parsons coming back and what Zimmer seemingly learned went wrong in the first half of the season to now what he can do with him in the back half of the season, because everything kind of centers on Micah, right? That's where this nucleus is. If he's going, everybody's going.
He's the key to it all.
He's the key to it all, and you've really seen that switch flip. It's just incredibly impressive. And so you got to give him his flowers, man. I mean, he's dialing it up. When they blitz, they're blitzing at a really high level. And, you don't have to worry as much about the back end and the secondary. Sure, they gave him some big plays. I thought it was a rough day for Deron Bland yesterday. But
still made the big play, too.
Yeah, still made the big play. And that pressure is going to open a lot of things up for you and allow you to, say, if Bland's having a bad day or if they're picking on whoever's on the other side or Warrior or whoever it may be, that's the nullifier of it all. That's your game changer. And so, this they're getting comfortable. They're getting comfortable in the scheme.
They have confidence in the system for sure.
And they can play fast in it now. They were playing a little bit slow earlier because they're thinking too much. And am I in the right spot?
Hero ball.
Yeah. Am I in the right spot? Am I making the right read? Am I making my right key? Now that's kind of all out the window, and they're playing fast.
Yeah. Not to keep referencing Chauncey Golston's interview, but it was a really good interview.
On DallasCowboys.com.
Was it you or Nate that asked the question? I know it wasn't me.
I asked the question.
Was it you finding that rhythm in Zimmer's system? Like, is it time that Zimmer's finally finding a way to put these guys in the right spot and figuring out the system? And Chauncey kind of chuckled like immediately and was like, it's actually the players adjusting to Zimmer's system, like the players adjusting and knowing where to be and figuring it out along the way. Again, really good interview, not to keep pubbing on it, but it was exactly what we're speaking on. Exactly what we're speaking on here is the defense needed time, and we all laughed. Josh brought it up last week. We all laughed when Micah Parsons sat there and said, you know what? At the end of the season, you guys are going to look at us and you're going to say, that's a really good defense. We're like, yeah, all right, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Not the case.
That was off of a 5-game losing streak.
Exactly.
Of course, it's hard to be like, yeah, okay.
And I'm glad that he said it because it shows the mentality moving forward. And Micah didn't have a sack last night. He also went up against Tristan Wirfs quite a bit, too, and kind of bounced back and forth. But
he had one.
He has one.
Oh, he did have
a strip
He had the
sack.
strip sack. That's right. You're right. Where Vigil had a recovery but then landed out of bounds. Yeah.
Vigil, man.
He was all over the place.
Great game. And Maris as well. Like that tandem, goodness, man. That's something that you want to see again. I hope those two are specifically playing together again soon.
Sunday.
Yeah, probably.
Sunday. Maybe.
That's the great work of experience and youth working together to pursue what was a good game from both guys. How encouraging is that to see a guy like Maris Leaf-out? You spent the 3rd-round pick on him, kind of went out on a limb. Remember that. People were upset with that pick. They thought they reached on that pick. To see him as the starter coming out of training camp, that was the first indication of, okay, he's doing the right things, he's in the right spot. But he's undersized, and that was the one knock consistently. He didn't play undersized last night. He played downhill. He played where he needed to be, and he disrupted a lot from Tampa Bay's offense.
He's undersized. I mean, and he'll fix that this offseason. But that has nothing to do with his heart, his willingness to get in there and be physical. And I think that's why they got him. He's fast, he's quick, he's instinctive, and then he's willing to put his head in there regardless of what the scale says. It's the second game that we've seen, I think, back-to-back weeks from now that he's had a forced fumble, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So he's getting in there, and even though he's not being the main guy to make the tackle, he's in on those assisted tackles, and he's like, all right, you wrap him up, I'll pull this ball out of there, right? And it's like a complimentary ball, like, do what you do best. You don't have to be great at everything. And that's the one thing about this league, and people need to understand that players fit particular roles. And if Maris Leofau's role is to be the smaller energy bus guy that can be everywhere and can stop a guy long enough for his boys to come, and then he can be the guy who rips the ball out, then that's his role. That's what he is right now. I mean, maybe that changes in the future, but right now he is the energy bus on the field at the second level.
The thing that can cancel out being undersized is having a really high football IQ, being a really smart player, and that's what Leofau is. I mean, against Carolina, there were some plays where it's like, okay, well, he's maybe not in the right spot here, or he's a little late there, and he missed some stuff. Much, much, much better in this game, and I think Isaiah said it best. He's not the guy who's getting the solo tackles and running those numbers up, but he's always in the area. He's always kind of lurking, and if he starts garnering a reputation for, hey, I'm going to punch the ball out and do everything I can to get that ball loose, that's going to be incredibly invaluable.
And right now, he doesn't necessarily have the wherewithal, the awareness to be in the right place at the right time, but he has the quickness to get there.
Right.
The more he develops that football IQ, he's going to be in position more often than not.
Yeah, he has a frame to put on some weight, too. Yeah. I don't know where he's at right now. When I'm just looking at him, he might be 210. I don't know. But I think he probably comes back 15 pounds heavier next year. Yeah. And changes it.
And hopefully that he doesn't lose his speed in that. But then again, he's so young that.
Yeah, he won't. He won't. He has a motor, man.
And the other side of that with Vigil, he didn't practice twice this week.
Dude, he hasn't practiced all season.
On Friday. He barely has practiced.
I've never seen him before.
Every time I've seen him, it's been with
him at the HOA meetings.
Yeah, but that's why
he walks into the stadium. They're like, "Sir, where's your badge?"
It's like, well,
he's just in full uniform. Like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Are you a trainer? No, I'm playing
not
actually
quite.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually starting linebacker, and he leads your team in tackles.
Ooh. 10 tackles, right?
5 solos, 5 combined.
That was one that I woke up this morning. I was like, am I reading that right? He led the team in tackles, and sure enough, I mean,
it's on the film too.
Yeah, it is on the film. It pops on the film.
He's all over the place. Man. It's nasty.
And he gives you some value on special teams too. So, tip your cap to Nick Vigil.
Jordan Lewis.
Dog. Dude, jeez, that was the wildest interception I think I've seen ever.
I'm going to say this. Jordan Lewis is the most consistent player Dallas has had on their defense in 2 straight years.
Absolutely.
Easily. Yeah. Yep.
Is he he's restricted free agent, correct?
No, I think he's
free.
I think he's free. We had a conversation a couple of weeks ago about like who you would keep. It was my evil question of the day.
Question.
Osa versus Jordan Lewis, and like, man, I'm starting to turn a new leaf on.
So now you want to come to my side of the fence.
Yeah, I think I might flip my pick
Jordan side of the
both impact players.
They're both great.
I think I picked Osa too. I think I might.
Everybody picked Osa except for me. I said
no. I think
no, because it was Patrick.
I don't remember.
You
okay? Yeah.
And Tom.
All right. I think I'm swinging to the dark side over here.
Come on over.
Kyle.
There's plenty of room.
You have to
come sit down.
Goodness gracious, man, Jordan Lewis. And granted, this is his 10th season.
I don't know, but he's effective.
He's so good.
He's so consistent. There were so many plays.
Unrestricted.
And he's a dog, too.
Listen here, Cowboys Nation. Y'all better start a petition. I'm so
Make
serious.
some noise.
Like, I'm so serious.
Make some noise, for sure.
He is the heartbeat of your secondary.
Yes.
I will say it again. He is the heartbeat of your secondary. If you do not retain Jordan Lewis, this is not the same secondary.
No, completely agree.
I'm not even talking about just from the coverage standpoint. I'm talking about from a competitive standpoint.
Yep. Leadership.
I'm talking about from the leadership standpoint, the things that he's overcome, how he's come back on the field, how he approaches the running defense. This was one of your leading tacklers last year, right? Somebody who steps up in the hole this year. If you go back to yesterday's game, go back to where he was able to step into the hole, fill the gap, and just shrug it off. All right, let me just get back to the huddle. Like, not no hoorah, not no, yeah, I did that. Just like, yeah, that's my job. Okay, let's go. What's next?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, just how he carries himself, how he goes about his business. This is somebody that you need, not want, somebody that you need on your roster. Do not play with your food on this one. Sign this man, give him what he's worth. I know there's a lot of other contracts that have to get done. I know Micah's on the cusp. I know that you got to get DeRon Bland. I know that Tyler Smith. You got a lot of big names.
And you already got him back on a sweet deal. You're not going to get that again.
Listen, you are not, because there are going to be a lot of teams that are going to pay him the bag.
Yeah. For sure.
And you better make sure you're in that conversation.
Do you, granted, this is a Talkin Commanders question, but do you think Washington would be able to sign a guy like Jordan Lewis, needing to extend, what's his name, Marshawn Lattimore as well?
Yeah.
They have the room for it.
I could also see them not getting Lewis because they've kind of got his kind of style of player in Mike Sainristil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if you put three of them in Lattimore's like that too. So you put three of them guys.
Yeah.
Well, and remember, Dan Quinn had a type, too, at corner. And Jordan Lewis wasn't a Dan Quinn guy.
But he shined in Dan Quinn's defense.
Absolutely. And he played very well there. And that's where he's probably taken the biggest step in terms of his play throughout his career. So there's a relationship there. But I think, honestly, here's what I'm saying. Keep him, make him a Cowboy for life, do that. I'm all on that. If they aren't able to do that, and Al Harris gets a job somewhere else, that's where you got to look. That's a team that would go and get him. Doesn't matter where he ends up. Al Harris has had a huge impact on Jordan Lewis, along with Trayvon Diggs, DeRon Bland, and the rest of those guys. If Al Harris is not here next year, that's who you got to be worried about.
I think you have to be worried about the highest bidder. I think he's at that point. I think he's at that point in his career.
Take the bag.
He hasn't had the bag.
I don't blame him.
Exactly. That's why I say that.
Eighth season.
This is his last opportunity. Most likely, his last opportunity to get the bag. There might be teams that he wants to go to. It might be the Dallas Cowboys that he wants to come back to.
He's had over $20 million in career earnings, which is decent. But he should be getting
another
half of that. He could get 2 per 10
per year,
or 2 for 10.
He should be getting 7, 8, 9 per year.
Yeah.
With the effectiveness that he has on your defense.
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough.
That's going to be a tough. This is going to be an awful offseason. Just everybody that's clamoring for draft picks and draft status and all that stuff. Guys, this offseason is going to be terrible. Just buckle up. I'm just not excited about it. I'm enjoying football while we still have football. You got back-to-back division games. You just won in prime time. I'm going to enjoy this while you
Tyler
get the
Smith's on his last year coming up?
No. He was 22.
That's right. He was first round.
A couple of years.
I know you're saying it's going to be bad, and of course you had last season leaving a bad taste, or I guess the beginning of the season leaving a bad taste in your mouth as far as re-signing folks, as far as going out to free agents when they've already prepared you for. Yeah, it's going to be. It's
going to be the same.
It's not going to be great,
if not worse.
If you sign Micah early on, how do you feel?
I'd feel better.
You feel better?
Yeah, I'd feel better because then you can move money.
Then you can do some more.
Yeah. Same thing with Dak and CD. You moved money around to get through the rest of the year.
Yeah, right?
Day one, just
get it done.
I mean, clearly he's all about it. Who knows if that's what his agent is saying, but geez, man.
I know for a fact that is not what his agent is saying. Micah, it's true. That's true, but his agent is not saying that. So we'll have to talk about that when the offseason comes around. All right. When we come back.
Oh!
It is time for some smelly stickers.
What is that?
It is our player of the game. Scratch and sniff for all those at home. Let's pass these out. A little smelly sticker action when we come back here on Talkin Cowboys.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
They say champions are remembered, but legends are never forgotten. United Ag and Turf offers a winning lineup of John Deere equipment built to tackle any challenge on and off the field. Legendary John Deere tractors, combines, residential mowers, commercial mowers, compact construction equipment, Gator utility vehicles, and a full line of golf and sports turf equipment. United Ag and Turf, the official Ag and Turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com to find a location near you.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
And we're going to overtime.
Erica, how much have I spent on concessions?
For questions about their money, Dallas Cowboys fans can turn to Erica, the virtual financial assistant in the Bank of America mobile banking app. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/Erica by your side. Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Erica responses may vary. Digital tools featured require downloading the mobile banking app and may only be available on select mobile devices. Erica is a mobile feature only available in the English language. Your chat may be recorded and monitored for quality assurance. Message and data rates and additional terms may apply. Bank of America, N.A., member FDIC.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, this segment is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. All smiles. Happy holidays to you and yours. We've got a special present for you, by the way. We're still going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, heck yeah, we are. Woo! On the eve, baby. On the eve.
Christmas Eve edition of Talking Cowboys.
Where's my time is you? You like that one?
What was that?
Where's Moise? You never heard that?
Yeah, I know what you're referencing. At first, I was like,
about
what
to
are
say,
you
like,
talking
bless
about?
you or something. I didn't know what was going on there.
You need a walker?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you do. There we go. There we go. But yeah, we'll be here tomorrow, Christmas time.
Doggone right.
So we'll enjoy it. 9 a.m. Now, we won't be here on Christmas Day.
What?
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry
Santa's got to come to town. We're not going to be here on Christmas Day. But
I was going to be sitting right here.
We'll be here the day after Christmas, though.
Oh.
With our presents, dude?
Yeah.
Post-Christmas.
You want to show them off?
I want to be here with my
Show and
Oculus,
tell?
just like, what's up, guys?
You have an
Wow,
Oculus?
you get an Oculus
No,
for
I don't
Christmas.
know.
Yeah.
It's just a joke.
Must be nice.
Yeah. My socks will be on the show.
Hey, Kyle gave me some socks yesterday.
I did.
Yeah?
I labeled a bag because I knew it was going to come up. I labeled a Christmas bag and I said, Merry Christmas to the first person to mention the Washington Huskies on today's show from KY. And, of course, Isaiah brought up the Huskies first.
That's right.
And so I passed it along to
And the
him.
broadcast did.
A couple times. Yeah, the broadcast brought up Washington receivers. The NBC one did. But I got him some Husky socks. They have
nice.
little Huskies on them. So there you go.
That's right.
Merry Christmas, bud.
like it.
Huskies
All
are
right.
in the building. Big Vito.
And Jalen
I
McMillan.
may or may not have
Oh, did you see Vita
overheard.
Vea lay that hit on Jake Ferguson,
Bro,
man?
so to that point, I was eating breakfast today, and there might have been somebody by the name of Jake Ferguson who was walking by.
He was walking after that?
He was walking gingerly. And he was talking to some of the staff, and he was like, bro, I'm still feeling that hit from Vita Vea.
I don't
He
blame
actually
him.
didn't even call him Vita Vea. He said, I call him for that big hit from 400. He called him 400. He was just like, bro.
Don't blame him.
That was
nasty.
He's a brick wall, man. Like that.
Bro, did you see what he did on that play?
He went from sideline to
No,
sideline.
he went from D-line, dropped back into coverage, and then sprinted about 30 yards, and then stopped his body with Jake Ferguson's body.
Why not?
Jake Ferguson looked like he got hit by a car, man. That was
That's literally a Mr. Bean car.
Man, we talked about Carl Lawson. I thought Carl Lawson was a Tonka truck. That's a freight train.
Monster,
Yeah, that
bro.
is. That is.
Imagine as he hits him, he goes, "Awooga." You know what I mean? Just annihilates him, dude.
If I hear that on the sounds of the game, bro, I'm going to die laughing.
Jake Ferguson might get my smelly sticker just for the fact
Just for that?
of taking the hit.
If I was still playing today, I would so incorporate that into my game.
If you know someone would look like, is there a car on the field? Is there a 1950s car?
Where's Mr. Bean?
You tell Eric Kendricks that, bro. See if he does it. Or Donovan Wilson.
Dono?
Dono. Auga. Awesome.
Speaking of Dono, I got to get my smelly sticker
Oh, look
to
at that
Donovan
transition.
Wilson for the absolute beating he gave to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm giving him the grape smelly sticker because he was making some jam. You know what I'm saying?
The official fruit of
Strawberry jam got myself.
Carolina.
The official.
Patrick's
I know what that is. What is it?
Patrick's
What is
not
it? I don't
even
know.
here. Patrick's not even here to defend himself. Last week, after the Carolina game, I said, I was like,
Do you guys know what the official fruit of Carolina
Carolina is?
I know.
He goes, oh, yeah, I know.
And we're like, oh,
Like,
okay, what is it? And he goes,
I forgot.
I forgot. I don't know.
It was like, I don't know if he ever
I don't think you did.
Good old Pat.
I don't think you did. Tommy Yarrish.
All right.
Smelly sticker. You go
Smelly
big,
sticker.
buddy.
We've got the
Thank you for the one-shot beam.
We've got the I Love You donut. Your holiday season, treading some love around. Cowboys fans should love CeeDee Lamb an extra bit this season. You know, sometimes when you get a big contract, you might lay off a little bit.
That's true.
It started off not great.
Not CeeDee Lamb. Not CeeDee Lamb. This guy's got half an arm with his shoulder injury, and he's still fighting through. I mean, when he came out, that one play after the 52-yard gain down the field, he comes out for a play. PA announcer comes on in the press box. CeeDee Lamb is questionable to return. He didn't even finish his sentence before CeeDee Lamb was running back into the huddle. He gets you down to the 1-yard line to set up that Zeke touchdown. Guy's a dog.
And the announcer goes, and CeeDee Lamb is back. After
Guy's a dog.
Shout out to Rob Coffey.
He got robbed of a touchdown. I think he scored on that play.
You thought so?
I think he scored on that.
He was a little short.
It looked to me like he was in, but, you know.
Great effort.
At first, I thought he was in.
I thought he was in, but there you go.
I love that. I really do.
You should love CeeDee Lamb.
That's a perfect one. Perfect.
I certainly do.
You want to go next? You want me to go next?
No, it doesn't matter.
I'll go next. All right.
I forget how to do this.
I've got these. I got these blueberries right here.
Blueberry.
And they're paired together, just like you saw Nick
Just
Vigil.
a set of them, bro.
Yeah, right there, all the way through.
They're nice.
Nick Vigil,
nice bluish.
Maris Leofow. They were wearing blue. They were wearing silver.
Take her straight to the
and they
market.
were having the opportunity without Tamar being overshown, without Micah Parsons in the fold, or not Micah Parsons, without Eric Kendricks in the fold. You had no Demo, no Eric Kendricks, Nick Vigil.
You had him on the edge.
You had them all the time. They were able to cut down and make it happen. Well done, Nick Vigil and Maris Leofow. Couple of blueberries.
Just a pair. Just a pair.
Let the boy watch.
What a show.
Do I need to go get my Isaiah's Dirty Mind?
Well, Farrell, go look it up. I don't remember what movie or show it was. Let the boy watch. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness.
This is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It goes all the way back to the lollipop. Don't ever use this sticker right here. That one right there.
Take it straight to the market. All right. Beamer, ready for my one shot? Here we go. You can't see crap on this. Here, you hold it up. Show it to the camera right behind you there, sir. They need to see this.
Is that a carton of milk?
Huh? Come on. You gotta get closer than that. Come on,
It's
throw it
a
in.
couple of pineapples.
No, it's
a pair of pineapples.
Oh, you gotta steady it. Steady.
I don't know if it's going to
It's not going to focus.
You gotta,
All right.
You got to come back this way.
No, it's not going to hit the same.
Yeah, it's not going to.
All right. Anyways, I'll take that from you, sir. What
Describe
this is?
I'll try my best.
Describe it for our audio listeners.
This is a pair of pineapples here, Kyle.
Sure.
One pineapple.
You know what pineapple does, right?
Yeah,
Makes good juice.
One pineapple has glasses on. The other pineapple does not. They're both reading a book, which means that they're both studying.
Studious.
So this reminds me of one Coach McCarthy and one Coach Zimmer.
One of them wears glasses.
One of them wears glasses. One of them doesn't. These guys were studying their opponent this week, and they both came out with their bag. They took care of business. The offense was cooking, and the defense was cooking. Game plans were outlandish. Okay, I love the schemes. These two buddies were in their bag.
2 peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pod right there.
Or 2 pineapples in a
I'm putting those guys right in the middle.
sticker.
Right on the front.
That happened.
There you go.
There you go.
Very nicely done.
Shouts to them. Do we know Patrick's?
I
smelly
don't
sticker?
know Patrick's smelly sticker. I can text him, though, and maybe he'll get back to me
It'll
quickly.
probably be Nick Vigil.
Oh, bro, I got to pull that up.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Well,
send him a text and see.
Because I know Patrick, I know he's going to go with the state fruit of Florida, which of course is the papaya.
It's a macaroon over here.
It's the papaya. Get your hands off my papaya, guys.
But
And it's going to go to Nick Vigil.
Nick Vigil. There you go. Why not? All right. I'm still there you go. Send him a text. All right. That's going to do it for us here on Talking Cowboys. We'll get a smelly sticker added. If it is Nick Vigil, we'll keep it as that. If not, the papaya will belong to whoever
Doesn't matter.
else. He's traveling today. He's got some
boy
family.
watch.
Everybody have some fun over the next couple days. We'll be back tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, people.
Talking Tuesday, 888-855-2297. we will be back on the air, have some fun with it all, and we'll talk to Cowboys Nation. We get Isaiah all week this week.
Hell yeah!
Except for Christmas Day, of course.
Great.
Coy Isaiah is going to show up on Thursday.
No coy Isaiah this week,
Thursday,
man.
it's
We're
gonna
going up against the Eagles. I don't need no coyness out of you, buddy.
No, I love playing the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You're going to be ramped up and ready to go?
Yeah.
They just lost to the Commanders, buddy.
I commanded them to lose.
Jalen Hurts, questionable.
He is questionable. That's going to be wild.
He doesn't want to see Dono.
I wouldn't either. For Chris Beam, for Isaiah Stanback, for Tommy Yarrish, for Josh Rodriguez, I'm Kyle Youmans saying so long from Talkin Cowboys. We'll see you tomorrow. Christmas Eve, everybody.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?